That's a lot of patience on the first stroke from the Leander crew on the right, Sarah.
Yeah, look, this Leander crew has looked so strong all the way through the regatta. Watched a few of their races now, and it's going to be really difficult for this Schuylkill crew from the USA to beat them, but both crews are sitting level. That's some good steering there from Leander. We've seen a lot of crews pushed out into the middle in the Buck station as they've come past Temple Island, but they've made it safely through that area. And both crews are pretty much level as they come past us here on shot.
So Leander will be quite pleased with this. They were led by the French yesterday about 3/4 of a length down, and so they're not phased by that slight lead, half a canvas that the Americans from the Schuylkill Navy High Performance Centre, USA, at the top of your picture have. In fact, Leander may even be coming back into it, Sarah.
We can see two really different styles of rowing. You can see that the US crew on the far side with those blue and yellow blades, they're a lot more in what we call in front of the pin, so they're getting their bodies over and they have a lot more front length at the stroke, and they're very upright through the back end, which is what I like to see in quad sculling, whereas this Leander crew look a little bit behind the work. Their stroke tends to be more back-ended and they're not getting that length. In fact, it looks like a couple of the rowers there are possibly only getting to about 3/4 slide. They just look a bit rushed for me, Martin. And this US crew, they look really patient and long through the front end, and I think that they're doing a much better job, this American crew on the left-hand side.
Well, they've got two men who were second in the US doubles trials, the Americans, to go to the Olympics. You've got Jen Kierkegaard in the 3-seat. He's the guy with the white cap on, you can see the crew at the top, and he partnered with Ben Futterman, the bowman furthest away from you in the American crew, and they have raced hard to just try and make the Rio team. So I think they're probably closer to the Olympic team, the Americans, than the four guys from Leander. And that experience might be really useful in this early part of the course, and to hold off the attacks which will come from Leander, rowing with the pink blades on the left of your picture.
Yeah, we know that the US is incredibly strong in both men's and women's sweep rowing, but their sculling for both men and women is starting to really come on with the win in the World Championships for the women's quad last year. I know Megan Kalmer's watching in the US as they prepare for the Olympic Games. She'll be racing in the women's quad again. So a big shout out to all of the viewers joining us on YouTube from the US. No doubt delighted to see this quad leading the hometown favourites, Leander Club A, on the left-hand side of your screen in the Buck station, but it is Schuylkill Navy HBC from the USA who are currently leading in the Prince of Wales Challenge Cup, but I think they're rowing really, really well.
Schuylkill Navy are absolutely beautiful. I mean, and I think that's what you'd expect, men that tried to go to Rio. And we talked about John Kierkegaard in the 3-seat, Len Futterman, well, stroked by Justin Keane, and Justin Keane doing a fantastic job at the moment. The guy who started his rowing at Penn State back in 2008. Went into the single. He came 4th in the US doubles trials. So this is a quality crew. Leander are not out of it yet, though. They've got plenty of quality in that crew, coached by Ross Hunter. You've got a former Henley winner on board, Seb Devereaux, who's won this event with Leander. Then went to the Huskies, University of Washington, to do his rowing. Barney Stepford in the crew too, and as we expected, Leander are challenging, and this is a late challenge, but a challenge nevertheless, Sarah.
And this is their last shot, really, as they're coming up here towards the second half of this race. You only get a couple of chances in an event like this, in a race like this, and you have to be very decisive. You can't dither around and not commit to those moves. So you get a couple of chances, and Leander Club is now making a move. They've taken the rate up. They're looking much more aggressive. And I think that they've been rowing better and better as they've gone down the course. They're a little shaky, as I said, not quite getting to full slide, not looking as strong as I've seen them in some of the previous races. But I think that they're starting to find their feet. But have they left it too late, Martin?
Well, I don't think they have left it too late. I mean, the look on the face of Sam Mottram, the Leander Club stroke man, was absolutely exhausted when he beat the French yesterday. It's just a question of what's in the legs. I mean, these guys do a full international training program. He's got the experience behind him, Sam Mottram, of Fraser Christie from Bath University, the world-class start program. Seb Devereaux and Barney Steinford as well in the bow seat. That's Barney's back you're looking at. So these boys are on a full-on training program, and they will have the endurance, Sarah.
And you can see very clearly, I think, from this angle, the acceleration that the Leander Club crew now has into the back end. They're really getting much better locked on out in front, so they've got the load to then accelerate. And you can see how aggressive their elbows and bodies are as they come into the back. They had a little peek over there at the US crew. They're starting to eat into them.
So this race is not done yet, and Sam Mottram, the 22-year-old, just 71 kilos, the lightweight, driving his crew on with the power of Fraser Christie. Nearly 2 meters of him, 95 kilos in the 3-seat, and the rate is going up, and the Americans are under string pressure. It's the men from Schuylkill on the left of your picture, Leander Club, the homeboys on the right. It's neck and neck. I think the Schuylkill just have that half-length lead, but a look across by Len Furman says they're under pressure.
And both crews have moved again. We can see the bowman in both crews, Leonard Futterman in the Schuylkill Navy crew and Barney Steinfort in the Leander crew. They're eyeballing each other as both crews take it up again, the crowd spurring them on.
You can see that the men from the Schuylkill on the right of your picture have the lead at the moment. Leander fighting. There's the charge from Leander. There's about 20 strokes left. They could still win this race, but Schuylkill have the advantage.
As they come down past the enclosures, you can hear the crowd. This is what we love to see at the Henley Regatta. Leander, they're going again. Schuylkill looking across. They respond. Is the finish line going to get here in time?
There we go, Leander are charging Schuylkill. That's a vain look from Eric Freed. And Leander coming up. It's going to be close. Oh my goodness, I think that was just Schuylkill. No wonder Eric Freed was looking out the two-man. I wonder if he knows they've won. That was oh so close. It was a fantastic charge from the Leander boys, but I think they just fell short.